First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to Great Millstone and the elders and apostles, and salutation to other sincere brothers out there pushing the truth, and the sincere sisters who are listening and learning. And as you can see, the title here is called The Championship Is Coming. And I got this title because I read an article from the NFL concerning, how they were going to treat the players that are jabbed up and the players that are not jabbed up, and what they're going to have to do in order to basically keep their jobs. And so I'm going to read these precepts, and then I'm going to read the article and then show a video. This is Revelation chapter 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And right now in this time period, we're seeing for the first time ever both rich and poor being treated alike concerning that job. No one is excused from it, And this is, we know, the precursor to that championship, and that championship is right around the corner, especially for those who love the world. This is Matthew chapter 19 verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, which is Yahushua, and he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. He said unto him, Which? Yahushua said, Thou shalt do no murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Slakia. He said, verse 18, he said unto him, which, Yahushua said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Yahushua said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, With man this is impossible, but with Yahweh all things are possible. And we're getting to the time where there's no difference between rich and poor, and we're getting to the point where that chip is going to be for everybody. All right, and this is just a prelude in this article, and then this video is just going to show you how easy it is to comply when somebody has great possessions on this earth, man. They're going to do whatever it takes to keep that possession, just like this dude who was speaking to Yahushua. All right, so now I'm about to read this article and then play this video. NFL notifies teams of updated preseason COVID-19 protocols, including fines for refusing a virus test to wear a tracker. With NFL training camps beginning in full force this week, the league sent clubs updated camp and preseason COVID-19 protocols Tuesday night, notably including discipline for all players regardless of vaccination status, for refusal to wear tracking devices or submit to required virus testing. The memo obtained by NFL Network Tom Pelissero outlined protocols that remain most stringent for unvaccinated players, as they must wear masks at all times, including lifting, in the weight room, and at practice, except when doing so would interfere with their ability to engage in athletic activity. The league's latest memo comes 5 days following the NFL informing clubs that coronavirus outbreak among unvaccinated players could lead to forfeited games during the upcoming 2021 regular season. As of a Tuesday report from Pelissero, 85% of NFL players have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. In Tuesday's night preseason memo, which was agreed upon by the league and the NFL Players Association, teams and players were notified that the aforementioned refusal to submit to a virus test or wearing a tracking monitor would result in fines of $50,000 and $14,650 respectively. An equal $14,650 fine will be issued to unvaccinated players who don't follow restrictions to abstain from attending bars, concerts, sporting events. Other protocol's tweaks, as noted by Pelissero, are that unvaccinated and inactive players must wear masks on the sideline, and that cardiac screening is now only required in specific cases where players had moderate to severe symptoms. For unvaccinated players in Tier 1 and Tier 2 staff, entry testing cadence has been shortened from 5 to 2 days.
As the NFL faces the unprecedented challenge of playing a season amid the COVID-19 pandemic, contact tracing is a key piece of the league's protocols to mitigate the spread of the virus.
Contact tracing is something that's really hard to do. Normally it requires on patients recall. You ask someone, hey, in the previous 2 days, who were you around? How long were you around them? And at what distance were they? And so that's notoriously inaccurate information.
When we identify a case or a potential exposure, we want to very quickly identify how many people may have been involved in that exposure so that we can then put those people in isolation, perhaps test those people as well.
The NFL has found a more efficient, accurate, high-tech solution that brings precision to the contact tracing process.
Through our tracing, we can find out whether they've had contact that might increase the risk for somebody else.
The NFL has always made sure that we use the latest and greatest of technology really in anything we do, but certainly something as important as keeping our players safe and personnel safe during this COVID-19 time, it could not be done without technology. The technology for our implementation of contact tracing is really using something that's called a proximity recording device. It's a small chip that just works by sending out a radio frequency to record the distance and duration that you're actually in contact with another individual.
It's technology that's been adopted league-wide.
The contact tracing devices are worn by every player, coach, and staff member every day. They pick them up when they come in the facility. They take them off when they leave in the evening. And so whether they're in meetings or practice or weight training or medical care, whatever they're doing, they have those on.
We're working with our players real close to find out what works for them. Right now, at this point in time, the wristband has worked. We're a month in, and whatever the new normal is, this is part of it.
The new normal also means not getting complacent. The devices add rigor to the implementation of the league's COVID protocols.
It allows the teams every day to get a report of how they did the previous day with their physical distancing. So they can go back in and look and see if there were areas where people were not doing a good job staying apart, and they can either change their routines or change their facility or make sure that they're reminding people what they need to do with regard to physical distancing. So we think these devices are going to prove incredibly useful to us throughout the season.